So in the past, I was working in the brake field for another brake company, and StopTech emerged onto the scene. 1999, they were founded, and they're founded by Chief Engineer Steve Ruiz, and then also Dino Crescentini and another partner. StopTech entered the market by building big brake upgrade kits that would fit onto platform-specific production cars. They approached the business in a very unique way. They worked to engineer brake system upgrades for the car, to focus on vehicle integration, and really played heavily on balanced brakes. So engineering the brake system so that you would take the original equipment brakes off of the car and be able to bolt on the new brake system and match the original equipment front to rear brake bias. And it basically sets StopTech apart as being the only balanced brake upgrade system in the high performance market. StopTech has expanded its involvement with the street upgrades into different forms of motor racing. We're now actively involved in the circle track late model markets. Last year we ended up winning 2 championships and a number of races. The same basic combination of products we're able to configure in a slightly different way, and starting in 2018 we've been applying this to the dirt late model market. And in the first few weeks of this year, we've been able to win heat races, win some main races, and really we're starting to confirm that the system we've engineered and built is a really great solution for the race team or the race market. This system also reduces about 8 pounds of weight on the car, and that's really significant to the racers. We have a number of competitors that run in the time attack series in different levels of professional road racing and amateur road racing. This is really where StopTech was born from a motorsport standpoint, and what we're doing today is really just a continuation of that. We're still focused very much on the let's say the series production vehicle or the specific BMW platform or Corvette or Camaro platform, but we're applying different components or an engineered system to those vehicles so they can run in different competitive racing series. We're working in the late model dirt and asphalt. This is a very large market. There's 1,000 dirt tracks in this country. So on a given Saturday night in August, there's a lot of cars racing throughout the country. We'll be very proud to continue winning races and developing that product and winning championships. We started to look harder at making brake upgrades that could be used or could be interesting to the original equipment car manufacturers. Most of the car manufacturers have limited volume projects, and also outside of the car manufacturers, there's a number of companies that build limited production specialty cars. Companies like Saleen, Roush, Callaway, Alpina in Germany. These companies were perfect targets for StopTech to link up with and provide its engineering, brake system, brake manufacturing capability to their projects, and typically those projects sold underneath of the brand of the company itself. In the OE market, it takes a lot of engineering backbone in the company to participate, and we were able to get TS 16949 certification, which allowed us to be a Tier 1 supplier to Chrysler. The development of the company, the real internal structure and the development of the company matured a lot during this time period, and the work with the OE companies gave us a lot of competence, a lot of capability, and we've been able to expand on that capability by engineering clean sheet of paper engineering approach to niche vehicles, especially vehicles in like the armor protected market. And we've been able to build brake systems that would increase thermal capacity, increase the service life, increase the braking power to be able to deal with the extra gross vehicle weight and to be able to fit inside of special wheels that house run flat wheels. And the vehicles in general, in most cases, most of the end customers want the vehicles to look very close to stock. So when you look at the vehicle, you really don't see all the changes that have happened inside of it. And underneath of the wheels, we have some really big StopTech brakes helping to slow those vehicles down. By making a system that was engineered correctly, it was like making a custom suit for a person. And this generated a very large following in the performance market. The forums would light up because StopTech product, when it was acquired by the members of the forum and used in the field, the comments that came back from the customers through the receiving of the kits, the installation of the kits, and then in general the fit and function, but then more important on the function side, when they would put their new wheels on or put the wheels on and be able to go out and actually use the car, they went from having high maintenance brake situations in race weekends or spirited type driving events to where they could run pretty much and not think about the brakes. They could use the brakes as much as they wanted to without having any type of shortcoming from the system. It was something that was not readily available in the marketplace from other competitors. I always think that in the marketplace, I think a really key question to any potential customer is, what's your definition of performance? And what I mean by that is that one person's definition of performance could be towing a trailer and having really good brakes going over the mountains and having a tow vehicle where the brakes are very safe. Another person's definition of performance could be, time attack. I have to be able to go out and run 2 laps or 3 laps at the absolute fastest speed. And that person needs the brakes to be light. He needs them to work whenever he touches the pedal. He needs to be able to modulate with a great deal of attention to prevent the vehicle from either going into ABS or going into a wheel lockup mode. So the definition of performance for a racer that's running in a circle track race, in most of your practice and qualifying, the performance is not such a big deal because the runs are short. They're 5-lap, 7-lap runs. But the definition of performance to a circle track racer is when the track stays green for 50, 60, 80 laps, 90 laps at a time. And in those long green runs, the brake temperatures continue to rise and rise over time. And having brakes that can survive during those long runs and the pedal staying absolutely the same from the beginning of the race to the end of the race, that's that racer's definition of performance. It's so important for the brake system to be engineered for the target market, but then understanding that direction enough as a brake system company to be able to put enough resources into that tangent to be able to deal with the hardest braking competitor or the lighter braking competitor inside of that target. And StopTech has been exceptional at developing these kinds of solutions, at really listening to the market and listening to the racer. And then as a company, we've been fortunate to have owners and support within the company that have allowed us to be unique and to be able to develop these solutions to really be able to deliver to anybody to satisfy their definition of performance. We have calipers, we have rotors, we have brake pads, brake fluid, stainless steel brake hoses, and then we have all of the adapters that allow these products to be adapted to specific applications. So machined billet brackets that allow the radial mount caliper to be adapted to a specific car's knuckle or upright. We have the hats like here that will adapt to the car's bolt circle and center diameter of the hub, and then be able to relocate or position the center line of the disc so that the caliper then can be mounted over the top of the disc to complete the system. And in many cases, the end customer does have a choice. That plays to the definition of performance of the customer. How do you drive the vehicle? Where do you drive the vehicle? What is your budget that you're able to put into the brakes of the vehicle? And we can start with replacing entry-level brakes and rotors and pads. Then it can go to brake lines. You can add StopTech brake fluid, and then from there you can go up to the rotor assemblies, and then beyond that you can go into the big brake kits where you can change them out in the front, and you can change them out in the front and rear. What really does make StopTech unique in the industry is its continued quest to build legitimate brake upgrade kits that deliver increased performance, increased looks, appearance to the vehicle, and great functionality. We continue to expand our big brake kit offering. We're now making systems for earlier classic muscle vehicles. We've started to focus on brake upgrade solutions for your earlier air-cooled 911 type Porsches. We've started to work very specifically in the direction more in a specific platform direction with additional vehicles like the Mazda Miata, and we continue to still have a really strong presence in the Subaru market, the Mitsubishi market, the Corvette, Camaro, and BMW markets. Our range of products, backed by our strong backbone of engineering and continued efforts to be innovative and to be able to build a manufacturing company that can deliver these solutions, I think that's really separated us from other competitors.